Hey there, I'm Zach from dreamofinglish.com, the place for English video lessons, other types of English resources, and of course, online English classes. Today, I just want to give you some different ways to improve your listening skills in English. This is part of a 4-part series where I'm giving tips on how to improve the key English skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So let's get into it. So the first way you can improve is to always be listening. Always be listening to English. I've mentioned before in another video that exposure to the language is key. It's not enough to just have 1 or 2 lessons per week and expect to improve quickly. So this is the same for listening. Have English on at different parts of the day, whether it's music, podcasts, TV shows, films, the radio, whatever you want. This could be when you are driving to work, on your lunch break, while you are cooking, maybe even while you are sleeping, you could play some English. This is creating a healthy habit, and you're going to get accustomed to the language, and it will make it easier and easier. Okay? So always be listening to English. The second point is to learn more vocabulary, more phrases. Seems obvious. But unlike speaking, listening is more difficult because you are not in control of the language that is being used. Therefore, you need to be familiar with a lot more vocabulary, a lot more idiomatic expressions, colloquial English. This English that is used more naturally in spoken English. Okay, so if you acquire more vocabulary here, it will be easier to understand people from England, people from the US. As well as this, learn correct pronunciation, but as well reduction, relaxed pronunciation. I have a video on relaxed pronunciation, which I'll leave the link up there. This is very common amongst native speakers. So you need to be used to this type of pronunciation, different accents, so that when you are listening to people from all over the world, it will be much easier for you to understand. The next point is to choose the right audio. Again, seems obvious, but pick something that you are interested in. If you like sports, maybe you can watch matches with English commentary. I did this when I was living in Colombia, and it was very difficult at the beginning, but I got used to the commentators, and after a while, I actually was able to understand what they were saying. Find podcasts which discussed topics of interest. Okay, again, TV shows, obviously, those that you like, because all of this will be more enjoyable, and it will be far easier for you to understand what they are saying. But as well, it should be relevant and specific to you. So think about why you are learning English. If you are learning English for business environment, maybe you can find videos that discuss specific business topics. This way you'll also pick up useful vocabulary. If you want to travel the world, watch travel shows. So make it specific to your needs, and obviously the right level. Don't start off with a very complicated TED Talk. Start with a shorter video and build your way up to films and things like that. The next point I would like to mention is to read the text while listening. And actually this helps you associate the words you are listening to the written form, and it makes it a little bit easier. You can do this with audiobooks, where you have the text, which you could always read first, and then listen while reading. And then again, you could listen to it without the text, and it will be much easier. The same goes with films. There's nothing wrong with putting subtitles on in English, because you are just associating, certain accents, pronunciations with the written text. And again, over time, you'll be able to start turning off the subtitles and you'll be used to the way they are speaking. And finally, and maybe my favorite, is to binge watch TV shows. To binge means to do something in excess. It's often with a negative connotation, a negative meaning. But to binge watch a TV show is to watch episode after episode after episode. I'm sure you have done this on Netflix. This is great because if you can get hooked on, or if you can get into a specific show, then after 2 or 3 episodes, you'll be used to the accent, pronunciation, and the way the characters speak. And this will actually make it easier for you to continue. Another tip here is to rewatch a show that you have already seen in your native language. Maybe the original language is English, but you saw it in Spanish. Watch it again in the original version in English, and it will be a lot easier because you already know the context. You already know what they are talking about. Okay, so that's what you could do to make it easier. Obviously, if you don't like watching TV, you can do this with anything, with music. Binge listen to a specific band or artist. Same with a podcast. And this really is linked to the first point. Now, you should always be listening to something in English. Build this healthy habit. Okay? So those are some ways to improve your listening skills. I hope you enjoyed the video and you found it useful. If you do, you can give it a like. You can also follow me on Instagram at Dream of English, where I post lots of videos which actually will help you with your listening, especially if you're just starting off. But until next time, have a great day, guys. See you later.